This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through this 2022 XLR Micro Boost toy hauler. And the model would be 29LR-LE. So this isn't a show or a floor plan video, it's more of a how-to. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? So we'll start off at the door side rear area. So we've got regular scissor type stabilizers that use a 3/4 inch crank or socket. We have a power awning with LED lights. This of course is the door to your garage. Here you have outside speakers. This is your furnace vent here. You have a TV hook up here. If you wanted to put a TV outside, there's signal out and power. Of course you have a sprayer there. Now this is a black tank flush, so after you dump your black tank, you can take the hose at the dump station and screw it on here, turn it on and flush out your black tank, clean off the sensors, that sort of thing. Just make sure, like it says on this sticker, always have the black tank valve open before you turn on the water pressure. You don't want to build up too much pressure in there. This has a on-demand water heater, so you don't really need to get in here this way like you would a regular tank water heater, but you can see, I'll show you how it operates when we get inside. Okay. Excuse me. Living area, of course. This is a quick connect for the LP line. If you wanted to add a grill or a griddle or something, you can plug it in right there, plug the LP line in right there. If you're going to purchase something like that, make sure you get one that's the correct pressure for an RV. Also, I noticed that when it comes to this awning arm, this door will hit it, or it will hit the door if you've got it all the way open. So you want to put the door like on a 90-degree angle from the side of the trailer, so it doesn't interfere with that. Alright, so you're getting a hitch with this. This is a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. So we'll show you how that operates when you pick up. This is your crank here, 3/4 inch crank. Okay. Excuse me. You have a deep cycle marine battery, and that is the kill switch for the battery. So if you want to shut the battery off, disconnect it from the coach itself, you just turn it to off. You got 2 LP tanks, which are full. You have an automatic changeover regulator. Your power tongue jack. Now, if this excuse me, if this power tongue jack ever fails, you can pull this rubber plug right out of the top here and use a 3/4 inch socket on a drill, or that crank that I just showed you. And you can actually crank this manually up and down. That way you can always get yourself out of trouble, hitch and unhitch, no matter what. All right. This is the other side of the pass-through here. This is a smaller crank that you can use on your, actually it's the one that came with it, so you can use this 3/4 inch crank for that. It's much simpler. This is just a reducer for your 30 amp cord. This is your dump hose. Okay, you have your city water hook up here, which is the most common way to get water to the trailer. You have fresh water hook up here, so you can fill your fresh water tank from here. If you're camping someplace without city water, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. That's just cable and satellite through. Your slide room is an AccuSlide. There's all different types. This one is an AccuSlide, in case you need to know that. This vent is for your range hood. Just have to remember, if you're going to vent to the outside, you just reach up here and flip this baffle open so it flaps freely. So anytime you're venting to the outside, you want that baffle flapping freely. Otherwise, you can just close it when you're traveling or in storage. You have a 30 amp, 30-foot shore cord. Okay. Right now your ramp is in the patio position. It also goes down, obviously. You have gates that fold out. You have a bunk on the top that folds down. It's held up with those gas struts, and we'll show you. We'll talk to you more about it when you pick up. I can't really operate them with one hand because I got to hold this camera. So, but we'll go over that with you a bit when you pick it up, as much as you answer any of your questions. So, okay. And also that housing there at the top tells us this is pre-wired for a backup camera if you want to get a Furrion camera kit. Also, while we were looking up, the manufacturer states you should inspect the roof every 60 days or so. So you just want to look at the roof, make sure there's no way water can get through. Make sure there's no damage to the roofing material or roofing attachments by, let's say, low branches or road debris, that sort of thing. That's why you inspect it, just to stay ahead of any potential problems. Okay, so obviously that's a Murphy bed that folds down. This is a jackknife sofa. That jackknife's flat. Okay, so you jackknife it flat and then the Murphy bed comes down. You have a fireplace. The fireplace has, you can adjust the, here, well, let's just show you. Let me see here. So you have your remote here. So right now H, if you can see that, that's high. That's the fan speed. So it's low, high, and off. That's for the fan. It really kicks them out on high. You also have a thermostat on it. You can change the appearance of or the color of the crystals, right? And you also have a timer, so you can set it to turn on and turn off when you would like it to. So you have all that. Your TV hookup is here. You always want this green light on. You can shut it off, but you always want it on. That's the digital signal booster for the antenna. Your thermostat is right here. It's pretty self-explanatory. You just hit the mode button and scroll through it. You have a remote here for your stereo. This plays AM/FM radio. You can stream wirelessly with Bluetooth. It has a USB port, so you could put all your music onto a USB drive and take it with you, or whatever. This also has an HDMI in. So that's let's say if you wanted to bring along a portable Blu-ray player or something, you could plug right into the system right there. You have 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. So it does everything you need and then some. When it comes to your control panel, your awning here, your slide room is here. These are just lights. Your water pump is here, right? I told you use that to pump water out of the fresh water tank. You also use it to winterize the trailer. And then you have your levels here. Batteries charged, fresh is empty, gray and black are empty. Graduates up in 1/3 increments. Okay. I'm not seeing the keys right now. I got to make sure that they put them in here somewhere. I'll check that out for you though. Microwave works like any other microwave. This is the range hood vent. Remember I showed you the baffle on the outside. If you can run the fan, make sure you open that baffle so it flaps freely. The range and oven, to light it, you spark this, turn it clockwise, and it's very simple. You're just going to spark it. Okay. After you light the oven, to get the oven, there's a pilot light all the way at the bottom in the back, so you're going to depress it while you're lighting it. After it lights, you're going to, once you see the pilot light light, you hold this in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple, then you go to whatever temperature you want. When you shut it off, the flame goes out, obviously, but so does the pilot light, so you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Always travel with this closed. Alright, the refrigerator is 12-volt DC refrigerator, so it's a compressor refrigerator, just runs on 12 volts. Alrighty, this is your power converter right here. So this converts AC to DC power. So you have regular 110 AC circuit breakers on this side, and they're all labeled. Then the shore power is converted to 12 volt DC on this side. You got 12 volt fuses and a breaker, and they're all labeled. And not only that, this is a battery tender, so it'll sense how much energy your battery up front on the tongue needs. As long as you're plugged into shore power, it'll always keep it charged. Okay? This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green like it is. If it goes off, you shut off all the appliances, open the door, leave the door open, take everybody outside, shut the gas off of the front and figure out what's going on, okay? And if it's not green, get it serviced. It should always, the LED should always be green. Okay. When it comes to the bathroom, you have a vent, obviously a powered vent. The sink and the shower work like any other sink and shower. The toilet, like all trailer toilets, sits right over a black tank. You got a flush pedal right there. Okay. So it goes right to the black tank there. You can't use it dry. So when you hook up your power and your water, you come in here, you put a dose of chemical right in the bowl, and then you'll stand on the pedal long enough to put at least a gallon of water in there. Then it's ready to be used. If you don't do that, it's considered using it dry, and that won't work out for you. The smell will be terrible, plus it'll get clogged up. So you always need to have chemical and water in there, at least a gallon of water. Okay? So this is your now there's no water to it right now. It has a sensor. It will not run unless there's either the pump is on with water in the tank or you're hooked to city water. Okay, but I'll just you turn it up and down the temperature here. It's very simple. Once you set the temperature, it just, as soon as you turn the faucet on, any faucet, it'll just start heating the water and sending it to the faucet. So it's very simple. And like I said, it won't run unless either the pump is trying to pump water out of the fresh water tank or you're hooked up to city water. Okay. So you have your table here. Excuse me again. Excuse me. You can fold these up out of the way. You can bring your bunk down to this level here and turn this into a bunk. There's a lot of configurations. We'll show you those when you pick up, of course. You do have a solar panel. So this is your solar controller right here. Basically, you just use this top right button. Right now the battery system is at 13.6 volts, right? I don't know if you can even see that well. I'm trying to get a good angle, but if you push it again, right, you're gaining 5.4 amps from the sun. So you're getting 5.4 amps from the sun and it's sending it to the battery to store, okay? Then you have amp hours, 5.2 amp hours. Okay? If it starts flashing FUL and the buttons will not work, it's not broke, it's telling you that there's no room for storage in the battery, no more room for storage in the battery. So it shuts the panel down until the power level drops in the battery, then it'll go right back to normal. So it'll shut itself down if there's no room for storage, okay? Your winterizing stuff is behind this compartment here. Another TV hookup with a backer plate. Okay, screen for your deck. So, alrighty. So, I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting the roof. That's very important. It should be part of your regular maintenance. Odds are you could go up there for years and not have to do anything. But the idea is you're staying ahead of any potential problems. You can't really see what's happening on the roof unless you go up there and look. So that's important, obviously. And right now, it's all ready to go. There's no antifreeze in the system. It's all water, and you do have a on-demand water heater, so you don't have to worry about the valves or anything like that. It's just ready to go. Okay? Thank you.